Hey guys, it's good to see you again. Thanks for tuning in. It's another wonderful day and I'm glad to have you. Today the question I have for you is, do you experience public criticism or shaming or other sneaky techniques that people play on you in social interactions whenever they want you to do something that you don't necessarily really want to do? I'm sure we all have experienced this once or twice or multiple times depending on the peer group and environments we spend time in. Recently, what happened to me, I went to a lunch workshop event at a company that my friends run, or they're not close friends, but I know most of the people that work there and run the company and the whole operation. So I'm pretty much always welcome guest in this environment. So I was late running for this workshop, and they usually have some good lunch. And that day, because I normally eat only once, I was like, I'll just visit, stop by, grab some lunch, listen to the talk. Maybe I'll learn something new. If not, I'll catch up with old friends and so on, or maybe make new connections and see how I can serve others. So I got there, maybe it was 15 minutes late after the whole talk was already going, and there was basically barely any food left for me to get. So I started filling up my plate with whatever was left, and all of a sudden another person comes in even later than me. And it's a woman I've met before. She's maybe in her 50s or whatever it is, right? And she looks in my plate and looks like there's not much food left. So the next thing she does is like, oh, look at your plate, you have so much food. Like, you don't think about everyone else? And I'm like, well, I'm late here, this is probably the last food left. Why would I be concerned about anybody else? They're all upstairs. It's not like we feeding people in need, which I actually normally do. I go out on the promenade here in Santa Monica on certain times, and I'll just feed the people in need, the homeless folks that hang out. I'll either give them food or I will give them clothing and different items. I do this multiple times throughout the year. I either give out food or I give out clothing items and all kinds of different items that can come handy, right? Socks, underwear, hats, gloves, anything like that, even bedding and so on and so on. Things that I either have that are brand new that I never gonna use, or things that somebody gave me from some promo or whatever. So I was passing further to someone who needs it more than me, because I'm a very minimalistic person. I don't like to have a lot of stuff around me. I like to keep things simple and highly effective. So this woman, she wasn't concerned about anyone else. She was concerned about herself, because she came and probably she was hoping that she's gonna get a great lunch, and I have nothing against that. But she was trying to play a shaming technique on me. She's like, look at your plate, you have so much food, you don't think about others. I look at her, I was like, okay. So I continued to get a few more items, and she continued on with the same, with trying to get me to get into her frame or point of view, or to agree on what she was trying to tell me. I turned around and I told her in her face, thank you for your opinion, I appreciate it, but I don't care what you think. It just doesn't matter. It's your opinion. It's not a fact. It's not something that's supported by any scientific data. So keep your opinion. You're not an expert on the subject. Thank you for your opinion, but I'm not interested. Next thing you know, she got really upset. I wasn't fitting under her or trying to play in her little frame of mind. So she went further and she's like, I'm gonna tell them now, the folks that run the office there. And I was like, well, by all means, go tell them. Like, what are you gonna say? What are we in kindergarten now? You're gonna go and report me because I eat and there is food for people to eat? Okay, by all means, go there and report me. So she went and did that. She told them. They looked at me, they smiled, I smiled, and we turned around and just like nothing happened, right? So here is the point I'm trying to make. In a lot of social interactions and a lot of daily moments, we can experience these sneaky or unpleasant tactics that people will try to play on us. Because most times, others serves as mirrors to us. Whatever we see in someone else that triggers something very visceral inside us and makes us angry or whatever, like makes us want to lash out, is something that we have inside that we need to work on, and we know at. If you spot it, you got it. It's a very simple concept, right? So maybe that's what happened with this woman. She was very selfish and self-concerned. So when she saw me not giving a damn about her and like just doing my thing and knowing that, again, this is not a charitable event where we're trying to feed people actually need. This is a business networking event where there's food for the attendees, and there is no restriction on who can eat and who cannot eat, and so on, right? So she started playing these mind games on me, trying to get me to get into her frame rather than mine. However, this is called situational or frame control. Whoever controls the frame controls the game. Meaning, if you hold your frame, you come from a very solid, grounded place of where you're at, why you're doing, with the reason why you're doing what you're doing, and you don't give a damn what people think about you. And in other words, you don't swim in goop or the good opinion of others. Who cares? I'm not there. Or whenever you interact with other human beings, unless you're trying to influence them and impact them to take a decision that's good for them, you're not really concerned and have any impact or control over their emotional experience. This is not in your control unless you purposefully want to impact them to make a better decision for themselves, or you can be trying to manipulate them, right? This would be the other extreme, when you know how to influence people, but instead of doing it for their own sake, you're doing it for your very own sake or some other agenda rather than their own best interest, right? So not fitting in the frame and holding a solid frame and understanding that opinion of other people doesn't matter. Everyone has their right of opinion. That's great. But at the end of the day, if I didn't ask you for your opinion, and if I don't care about your opinion, and if you're not a person who's an authority about this specific subject giving me advice, thank you, but I don't care. You can keep it to yourself or whatever. Don't waste your time to telling me, and this is the mindset you should adopt as well. You should only take advice from someone who's successful in the area they're giving you advice in. Meaning, like, their life demonstrate that they actually know this specific topic very well because they've succeeded in their own personal efforts, right? So who cares what this woman's opinion was? I don't care. It didn't make no difference. If she said I am the most wonderful person in the world, I'd be like, thank you, and I still don't care. The most important opinion you're ever gonna have in your life is your own opinion and self-worth that you have about yourself. Nobody else can give you validation, self-worth, or sense of self-acceptance and love than you can. Because the moment you start to look outwards to external factors to confirm your worth, or if you're lovable or likable or so on, and you always need to have someone to validate this for you, you're already in the hands of anyone and anything. Like, this is why a lot of people who seek external validation get on, for example, on Instagram to get the likes. And these people behind Instagrams have figured out how this human psychology works and the dopamine little hits you get from every like and so on. So they have actually manipulated the program so it doesn't tell you in real time who commented or who liked your stuff. It actually cuts it down in little portions. So every time you come back, you open the app, there'll be a new like, a new comment, a new something, a new whatever. So they don't give you real-time information about the comments, likes, and so on. They portion it off and they delay it. So delay it over time so they can keep on giving you little dopamine hits along the way. Where I'm going with this is you want to develop the ability to have your own self-worth, self-love, and self-acceptance independent of outside opinion, popular opinion, and anything else. If you want to be a genius, if you want to be legendary, if you want to be masterful and excel in your life and be icon of excellence, you will have a lot of ridicule in your life. This is one of the price you'll have to pay, because society, or what I like to call the cult of mediocrity, will always laugh or look with a weird eye on people that are doing things that are outside of the box, outside of the horde mentality thinking, outside of what sheep that they do, right? So you have to develop the self-confidence and ability to really don't give a fuck about what people think, right? Because it's not about opinion. If anyone wants to give you feedback, that's wonderful, but there could be someone who's actually concerned about you, who wants to actually help you, not who's criticizing you or trying the worst of those tactics, which would be shaming, right? This is what people do to little kids while they're growing up, and as they develop, they've shamed throughout their life, so they lose their empowerment, their self-will, willpower, and confidence. So you want to develop this ability to be unfuckwithable and don't give a damn about what other people think about you, because it's not about what other people think about you. The most important person who thinks, cares, and needs to know about you is you and no one else. So this is the point I was trying to make today, and where you can start a place or a practical takeaway you can start experimenting from here on is holding your frame. Whenever you're in a situation like this, and you know you're right, and this person is basically trying to manipulate you, try to shame you, or using one of these shitty ass tactics to do something that you don't want to do, very politely tell them, thank you for your opinion, but I just don't care. I appreciate it, but I don't care. You're not an expert, you're not giving me advice, so please keep it to yourself or write it down somewhere in your journal, right? Don't share your emotional garbage with me. I'm just definitely not interested and have any desire to engage with you on that level. I appreciate your concerns, but they're unwanted, right? So this is something to take in mind and start experimenting with, because the more you put yourself in these uncomfortable situations, or life will throw these situations at you to test you, to see how ready you are to step up your game. The universe will offer you these challenges over and over and over again, so you can level up, so you can build up that confidence, this ability to just be unfuckwithable, right? Unpenetratable through people's fucking bullshit, and to be able to actually call them out on their bullshit, just like I did with this lady. Thank you, but I don't care what you think. It's not my problem. This is your concern. Your thoughts are your own fucking bullshit. They're not mine, so keep them to yourself and enjoy them as much as you do. I don't want to know. I don't need to know. It's just none of my business, none of my passion. And it's, yeah, thank you very much, but keep on, right? So this is the message I had for you today. I hope this was very helpful, and you can guys start applying this little concept I gave you about saying thank you, but no thank you, or thank you for your opinion, but I just don't care. And I'll see you guys in the next time. If you like the video, by the way, before I forgot and tune out, please hit the like button. Please hit share or share it with your friends. Leave me a comment about a topic that's interesting to you, something that I can help you with. Maybe you guys want to do a Q&A. I'm hosting actually a workshop about networking, socializing, and dating and attraction in a couple of weeks here in Santa Monica. I'll post a link down below, and if you guys are interested, you're welcome to join me in my men's group, and I will share with you a lot of practical tips, hacks, tricks, tactics, and strategies you can take away and start applying right away into your social, business, and dating life to take it to a whole new level. So I'll see you guys in the next episode, and I hope to see you live in person in one of my workshops, or to actually see you in one of my retreats. See you guys next time.